Gosman, the Yankees were the Bronx Bombers. Using home runs, Teixeira good for 2 RBIs, A-Rod a solo shot. Another one-run loss to the Orioles. At Yankee Stadium from night to day, the Orioles now will try and avoid a sweep. Buck Showalter's ball club needs to cut into that Yankee lead in the division. Yankees-Orioles next. It's the Orioles on Masson, and it's a day game, and we're in New York, where another big house will be on hand as the Orioles wrap up this 3-game set against the Yankees, looking to get out of that L column. Hi, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne, and welcome. For the Orioles last night, Kevin Gosman returned, struggled in the first inning, otherwise not bad. And can we expect to see Gosman the rest of the way? Apparently so, to fill in that rotation. The Orioles, however, need to get a win today. Ubaldo Jimenez has had an outstanding season. He's got to do that in the second half if the Orioles are going to make a run at the division title. But back to Gosman. Let's take a look at the numbers from last night for Kevin. Pretty good start. 6 innings. First inning was the only one that he really struggled in. Couple of home runs that you saw, they cost him. Didn't walk a lot of people, got a few strikeouts, kept the ball in play. That's what Buck Showalter is after. And after the ball game, Buck said of Kevin Gosman,
got no problem with selection, just got some breaking balls in places he knows he can't get them, and he paid a price for it. Well, I think he got a chance to be any type of starter. I don't put numbers on him. He'll pitch every 5th day, and he'll control that. You know, it's like the guy that asks for strokes. You know, play better. He pitches well, he'll pitch. We're trying to win here.
To get the ball every 5th day, obviously he has a lot of, a lot of confidence in me to give me the ball like that. But I did it last year. I made 20 starts last year, and I felt like towards the end of the year I was pitching the best I was all year. So really, it's kind of getting back into that momentum, and I don't think anything prepares you more at this level than just getting those innings and getting those reps out there.
So he's back, and Mike Bordick, hopefully here to stay for the rest of the year.
Well, I think that was a pretty exciting start yesterday for Kevin Gosman. Nice to see him really recover after that first inning, and it says a lot about Kevin Gosman, his mental makeup, and obviously the quality stuff that he possesses. Showed the great fastball after he settled down, was really able to get it in to the lefties. Unfortunately, did make a couple mistakes in the ball game. He hung a couple off-speed pitches in the zone. You got to be very careful with some of these Yankees hitters. Obviously, Teixeira, one of the hottest Yankee hitters. He's had 3 doubles in the series and a big home run in yesterday's ball game. So, got to be careful not to make mistakes to him. But Kevin Gosman, I think this was big for the team to see him bounce back like he did, get deeper into the ball game, give his team a chance to win. And I think it's going to be important for him to really start establishing a routine. We talk so much about how many times Kevin Gosman has been up and down, and he's a great young pro. He's very intuitive in the game. So he's probably established some sort of a routine, even on all these road trips going through the minor leagues. But to get it at the major league level, I think is going to be huge for Gosman. He had great success last year when he made those 20 starts, and he'll be able to lock into the routine, and I see him making great strides as the season goes on.
For all the Oriole pitchers, what matters now is where are the runs. The Orioles just cannot score runs on the season. They've got to get 4 or more if they're going to win ball games.
Yeah, absolutely. They have struggled when they haven't put 4 runs across the board. They're looking for that timely hit, the big hit. It seems like they've been a little bit snake-bitten here recently. Some incredible defense behind or on the opponent's side of the ball. And they get guys in scoring position. Somebody seems to come up with an incredible diving play just to shut them down a little bit, take the winds out of their sails. But they got to keep pushing. They got to come up with the big late-in-the-game hits, what they've been lacking all year long. So 7th, 8th, 9th inning, they've got to come through, and that'll put them over the top and hopefully get on a roll.
All right, chance for the Orioles to cut into that lead. The Yankees are in first place, and when we come back, probably some 40,000 will be joining you to watch Orioles-Yankees. now at southwest.com. Gorgeous summer day here in New York City and in the Bronx. Take a look at our BGE home game time temperature at 81 degrees. Humidity remains comfortably low. BGE Home, Baltimore's home team for heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical. Why would you call anyone else? Very little breeze here at the ballpark as we take a look at the starting lineup for the Orioles, brought to you by Southwest. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. Machado, Paredes, and Jones, Davis, Reimold, and Wieters, Scope, Hardy, and Lowe. Against the Yankees this season, the Orioles DH a very solid .429 average.
And let's take a look at Masahiro Tanaka's pitch arsenal this season. Fastball only 49% of the time. That's a pretty good heater as well. Locates it on both sides of the plate. Breaking ball, slider, and curve. Also has a cutter in there. And, of course, the changeup, it's a split finger. When he gets to 2 strikes, that is his go-to strikeout pitch. 3.65 earned run average. 6 wins on the year for Tanaka. 74 punch-outs, 15 walks in his 74 innings of work. Opponents hitting .221. Righties at .228. Lefty is just .212 off Tanaka. He's only given up 12 home runs this year.
Tanaka will be making his 33rd start in the majors with the Yankees. He's gone 19-8. The big number that jumped out at me looking at his starts, he's had 12 starts this year. The Yankees are 10-2 in the ball games that he has started this season. That's a sensational record for any starting pitcher. So the Orioles trying to avoid the sweep. They have lost 13 of 18. Dropped a game to the Yankees yesterday, so they are now 6 games off the pace in the East. Toronto's in second place, 5.5 games out. Here's Manny Machado, and we're underway. Pitch will be taken up high for a ball. A rather quiet series so far for Manny against the Yankees. Putting up the 1-for-6. Tanaka 1-for-3 off the right-hander for Manny. And the fastball will be up high. And Manny works the count 2-0 to begin the ball game.
And he hasn't been getting as many hits here in the month of July, but still some quality at bats at the top of this order. Drawing his walk, seeing a lot of pitches like leadoff hitters should do.
Pitch on the way by Tanaka. Breaking ball that's going to be in there for a strike. Tanaka, good ratio of only 61 hits in 74 innings and not a lot of walks. 15. He keeps people off base. 2-1 delivery on the way. Ball put up in the air down the line left field. Pretty good wood. Gardner going back at the wall and with room. 314 feet away. And he needed 360.
Take a look at the Yankees defense behind Tanaka. Gardner, Ellsbury, and Beltran in the Yankee outfield. Gregorius and Drew up the middle. Ridley and Teixeira on the corners. And Murphy getting the start this afternoon.
One away. That'll bring up Jimmy Paredes. And the shift will be put on against the Oriole DH immediately. Doug Showalter again shuffling the lineup today a bit. There's not a lot he can do. Trying to find some offensive numbers. So for the Orioles, you got Lowe, Jones, and Reimold in the outfield today. Davis going back to first base just to try some different bats. As the Orioles 2-3 on this current road trip, wrap up this section here, then go to Tampa for the final 3 of a 9-game road trip. Brady's with the 0-1 count. Tanaka will miss Pye with it. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, Buck Showalter has been looking for the potent offense, something that can get this team on a roll. Nice series in Detroit, but the bats have quieted down a little bit here in this Yankees series. Close ball games, but minus 1 or 2 big hits.
1-1 delivery on the way and a swing and a miss by Paredes. Tanaka's distinctive numbers. 197 when the bases are empty, so when he works out of the windup, he's very tough. It jumps all the way up to 277 with runners on. So you're trying to get somebody on base, make him work out of the stretch where he gives up a lot more hits. 1-2 delivery is foul tip, couldn't be held on to by John Ryan Murphy, and 1 ball, 2 strike count remains.
Tanaka, you see, very aggressive in the strike zone. Great feel for his full arsenal of pitches. Showed that fastball percentage down very low. Typically you won't see a starter with that low a fastball percentage, but great confidence in all of his off speed. And there, the finishing split finger we talked about. A devastating pitch for Tanaka. Really a pitch that has separated him to become a great starter at the major league level. Throws it hard, 87 miles an hour. Looks like a fastball, and then the late fade at the end, dropping out of the zone. It's that late finish in the zone that gets so many hitters.
Tanaka gets the K. There are a couple of quick outs here in the inning. That'll bring up Adam Jones. Adam with a couple of hits and 8 at bats in this series. Tanaka now, that's 75 strikeouts in 75 innings. Pitch on the way will be foul tipped off the glove. Adam has a 2 for 6 lifetime against Tanaka. He's done some damage against the Yankees this year with a .280 average, couple of home runs, and 6 RBIs against the Yankees on the season. Orioles have won 5 and lost 7 against the Yankees so far this year. And here at Yankee Stadium, it's been a real problem for them so far. They have won only 1 of 6 games the teams have played here in New York.
Well, Orioles have had some problems on the road. Take a look at Adam Jones's numbers here at Yankee Stadium, and in his career, very solid. .261, 8 homers, 22 RBI. Have to get the long ball in this game, especially early. Some pressure on this Yankees team. They've been able to score first against the O's.
Adam Jones, that'll go to left. Gardner over. He's got it. 1-2-3 inning for Tanaka, and the ever dangerous first inning for the Yankees. Nobody scores more runs than they do in it. Jimenez will try and cut it out. Biggest lead in the division this season. Take a look at the lineup for the Yankees today. It'll be Ellsbury, Gardner, and Rodriguez, Teixeira, Beltran, and Headley. Gregorius Murphy gets the start behind the plate, and Stephen Drew last 6 for Headley. Some real good offensive numbers.
And here's a look at Ubaldo Jimenez's pitch arsenal this season. The fastball, which has been his go-to pitch this season, 63% of the time. Great two-seamer, pitch into contact, early contact, the key for Jimenez's success. Breaking ball has a curve and a slider, and then the nasty split finger. 3.29 earned run average, 7 wins on the year for Jimenez, 103 punch-outs. Opponents hitting .251. He's only given up 11 home runs this season, 3 in his last start. So he's been stingy all season. Got to keep it down against this Yankees lineup.
Ellsbury has started the first 2 ball games of this series with a leadoff double, and in both games has scored. And we'll see what Ellsbury does with this one. You see the 2 for 9 he's put up. They have been a big 2 hits. And that one is in there for a strike. Ellsbury, good numbers off Jimenez lifetime with 5 hits and 9 at bats. Orioles 31-year-old right-hander who comes in 7th in strikeouts per 9 innings with 103 on the year. You've got to be kidding me. That's going to fall in for a base hit. Mercer. That's how the Yankees start the inning, the first inning seemingly of every ball game with Ellsbury on base.
Well, they've got Ellsbury who's starting to heat up, and Gardner right behind him. 2 superior leadoff hitters. Take a look. Best first inning run differential this season. The Yankees leading the way. 82 runs scored, just 49 allowed. That's a +33 run differential. On the 82 runs, most in Major League Baseball. So they put a lot of pressure on an opposing team early in a ball game. A lot of teams have success when they make that early mark, and the Yankees are the same.
So here is Brett Gardner. Gardner comes in. He's been on base 23 consecutive games, leads the majors in that department. He is 4th in runs scored. Machado is in at 3rd. Did not show bunt. Pickoff attempt down to first by Wieters. Davis goes into foul territory to haul that one in. Matt behind the plate. But Showalter said before the game today, when asked, is Wieters close to going back-to-back games catching again? No. 1-0 count.
Yeah, I think he's going to trust Matt Wieters and how he feels as this season progresses. Now, Matt certainly settling in, doing a nice job behind the plate, but it's not easy catching back-to-back games. Matt Wieters still trying to get that full strength back in the throwing shoulder and the whole body. Catchers take a beating at the major league level.
The other part for the Orioles is they need offense. They need his bat in the lineup, but Matt's DH numbers are not good, have never been good. 1-0 count. Runner off first base, throw over as Ellsbury ends up going back to the bag. So Ellsbury will draw attention. 14 for 20 stolen bases, and as Oriole fans know, teams run against Jimenez. They've stolen 15 out of 17 against Ubaldo this season. Matt's not had a lot of chances, 3 for 10 behind the plate. Not a big lead. 1-0 delivery, and that's going to be fouled outside of first base. And the count will go to 1-1.
So with Ellsbury on, hole open over there on the first base side, Gardner can be aggressive in that hole. Certainly with his speed, the defense has to respect it. So be aware of the bunt. See Manny Machado shortened up. Of course, the middle of the infield sucked in for double play depth, but very hard to double these two guys up.
Gardner with a 1-1 count. Runner not going. The off-speed pitch is going to miss up high. Boy, if you talk about a runner bothering somebody, Jimenez, rather than watching the pitch go to the plate after he threw it, he looked to first base.
Yeah, he gets a little antsy when runners are on. He can be, that's really the job of a base runner. Try to disrupt the starting pitcher's concentration, and Ellsbury's been bouncing around a little bit, so it is in the back of his mind. 2-1
delivery on the way, and that's in there for a strike. So the count goes to 2-2 on Gardner. Where Gardner, 270 average. How ironic is this? Against the Orioles this year, coming into this game, both Gardner and Ellsbury are hitting 270 against the Orioles. The 1 and 2 guys in the lineup have the exact same average. 2-ball, 2-strike count. Ellsbury has shown no interest so far in running. He's not extended the lead. He gets back easily. Almost tripped on the bag that time. So Jimenez concerned. Watching Ellsbury at first base, he knows what the Yankees have done in the first inning, trying to do anything here to prevent a run from scoring in the first. 2-2 the count. Ellsbury leaning, not going, and that'll be inside. 3-ball, 2-strike count.
You try to mix up your hold times. He's picked off a few times already, so Ellsbury knows that he's in his head a little bit. A long hold there from Jimenez. Now he's got to concentrate on that strike zone. Good chance Ellsbury will be going. Gardner, good contact here in these type of situations.
3-2 count. Ellsbury takes off, pitches outside. So the first two are on again. In the ball game last night, Ellsbury doubled, Gardner singled. Ball game night before that, Ellsbury doubled, Gardner sacrificed him over and even scored. Now they've got runners on at first and second base. Well, the trade deadline coming up. Deals are starting to roll. The A's have traded Scott Kazmir, the outstanding left-hander, to Houston for a right-handed pitcher, Daniel Mengden, and a catcher, Jacob Nottingham. More about salary there, I think, than anything else. That's a big pickup for Houston, potentially, though. That's a quality left-hander.
Sure is.
So here is Rodriguez. A look back. Still the concern that Ellsbury might take off for third base. Jonathan Scope will be the defensive player trying to hold him close. A-Rod, the home run last night, is 20th of the year. DH is 3 for 6. Lifetime off Jimenez. Pitch on the way is going to be way up and in.
Well, typically when you see a pitcher losing command of the fastball arm side, is this opening that front shoulder up a little too quick? Well, I think the concern with Ellsbury at second base has kind of bothered him a little, missing to Gardner, up and away. And now first pitch to A-Rod, up and in. So calm back down, get back in the strike zone.
A-Rod will take that one. That is going to be inside as well. The Yankees had a 1 for 8 runners in scoring position in the ball game last night. They were 1 for 10 in game 1. So they've gone 2 for 18 in this series, and they've won both games. 2-0 count. Rodriguez fouls that one back. Got what he was looking for, but couldn't barrel it up, and a 2-1 count.
And he made mistakes on the plate to a hitter like Alex Rodriguez, who's having an incredible season. He's going to do some damage. Yesterday hit the big solo home run that was eventually the game decider.
2 ball, 1 strike count. Ellsbury, Gardner, obviously real good speed on the base paths, and that's going to be inside. And the count will go to 3-1. Jimenez has been 2 different pitchers, depending on whether he's pitching at Camden Yards or whether he is on the road. He is 5-1 at home with a 2.06 ERA. He is 2-4 on the road, and the ERA is double at 4.36 in road games. Here's the 3-1 delivery. Rodriguez takes it. It's a strike. Todd Titchener's the home plate umpire. Tends to have historically a pretty tight strike zone and forces pitchers to get it over the plate.
Well, that should be good for Ubaldo. He's got to see that early. See the Nissan pitch track. Quality 5th pitch. That 2-seam fastball at the bottom of the zone.
3-2 delivery on the way, and he walked him, and they're loaded. A single and 2 walks to start the game.
Take a look at this Orioles defense. David Logan to start in left field. Adam Jones in center. Reimold over in right field. Hardy and Scope up the middle. Machado and Davis on the corners. Matt Wieters doing the catching. And this is the best defense in baseball right now. So Ubaldo Jimenez has got to get back to putting the ball in play. Use that 2-seam fastball. Keep it down in the zone. Let the defense do some work. These walks are not going to help Ubaldo in this game.
34 walks in 105 innings. He had been keeping those numbers down. So the base is loaded. Infield double play depth to Teixeira. He'll take a strike. Teixeira's 1 for 8 with the bases loaded this year, and that's a grand slam home run. He's got a 4-game hit streak. He's the leader in extra base hits around baseball. 0-1 pitch to him. Teixeira will take it, and it will miss down low. 1-1. So it didn't take long for a key moment to arise in this baseball game.
And Teixeira, a very dangerous hitter. He is swinging the bat with authority. Over 60% of his hits here at Yankee Stadium go for the extra base variety. 3 doubles already in this series and a home run.
And a 1 ball, 2 strike count. You got a fly ball pitcher in Jimenez against a fly ball hitter in Teixeira. Those numbers over the history of baseball have tended to favor the pitcher. You get like matchups, but this one's a tough one. A 1 ball, 2 strike count. Sacks full. Teixeira, big cut. He got him on one upstairs, and a very big first out.
Well, big fastball there from Ubaldo Jimenez, 95 miles an hour at the top of the zone, but starts him off with a good 2-seamer right at the bottom of the zone. Nice job getting ahead. And the split finger that Teixeira lays off of. Take a look at the other 2-seamer here. It's working back over the plate. Teixeira upset he misses that, but climb the ladder a little bit. If Teixeira does have a hole, it might be the high fastball.
Beltran down low. Wieters saves a run. Beltran, of all the hitters in the lineup for the Yankees, he's got the big numbers against Jimenez. He is 7 for 18 with 2 home runs lifetime. Beltran coming off the DL on Sunday, playing in one of the games here as a starter. Went 1 for 2, and the pitch, good off-speed delivery, is in there for a strike. So Jimenez trying to work his way out of a real tough first-inning jam.
Well, a big strikeout to Teixeira. Beltran, great numbers in his career, so he's got to come up with some good pitches, keep Beltran guessing and off balance.
Pitch to him's going to be inside. 2-1 strikeout. Beltran's had a home run and 7 RBIs against the Orioles this year in the 12 games that have been played. Ellsbury, Gardner, Rodriguez the leads. Punch the other way foul. Got him to go after one that may have been out of the strike zone up and away, and gets a strike out of it. 2-2.
Yeah, a lot of times pitchers with great movement get those swings that are out of the zone. That fastball was staying in the zone until the last few feet and ran off the plate.
Jimenez with a 2-2 delivery. Beltran takes it, and the count is full. Like most of the Orioles starters, Jimenez has been around that 180 mark with runners in scoring position by opponent hitters. Just a great number when the major league average is around 254. 3-2 delivery on the way. Beltran down to first, and we will do it again.
You look at Ubaldo Jimenez's opponent batting average by pitch this season. The fastball's been getting hit at a 276 clip. Slider 271. He's been staying away from that pitch, making a lot of mistakes. Curveball just 143, and the change when it's down that split finger can really devastate a team. 232 on the split.
Jimenez was ready to deliver that time, and the timeout was granted to Beltran. He was coming out of his stretch. 3-2 again. Pitch on the way to him. Beltran will put it up in the air. It is not deep. Shortstop back, outfield, and Lowe will make the catch. Oh, just barely. David Lowe kind of waited on Hardy that time, who was going out, and had to really charge to make a big second out.
Nice job by David Lowe staying with that ball, understanding the elements in the stadium. Wind kind of swirling, Hardy going back on the ball, but it's dying, and David Lowe cannot give up on this ball. Ends up making a fine catch. Unfortunately, Ellsbury was off third base, so didn't get back to tag. For being a big play for David Lowe, and a huge second out for Ubaldo and the O's.
So Jimenez a chance to get out of this inning. Ball put in the air by Headley, going back. It's way back. Adam Jones may have it lined up, and off the base of the wall. Ellsbury, Gardner, here comes A-Rod. Here's the throw. Scope. They can't handle it at the plate. Going to third base is Headley, and the Yankees have a 3-0 lead. That close to getting out of the inning, and the third out, couldn't get it.
Well, Headley's had some success off Jimenez in his career, a couple doubles and a homer here. A huge double up in the zone. He's been red hot lately, and just missing a grand slam off the wall, and all 3 runs will score. Adam Jones gets it in, but Alex Rodriguez does everything he can to score from first base.
So Headley continues his hot streak, and the Yankees, the 2 walks and a single that loaded the bases, have scored. Didi Gregorius will take it down low for a ball. Headley now with 35 RBIs on the season, his 15th double, and that'll bring Dave Wallace out to try and regroup on Jimenez.
Yeah, just to take a deep breath. I mean, a huge second out, so he might have just kind of, not saying let up, but lost a little of his concentration. Even that pitch to Headley up in the zone. First pitch hammers it to clear the bases. So take a little breather, slow this game back down to get out of this inning, and hope the Orioles offense start putting some numbers on the board.
Yankees have done it again. Just phenomenal. They've now outscored opponents in the first inning 85-49. 1-0 count. Gregorius, the runner at third base, will go after the one upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike count. The Yankee shortstop carrying just a .211 batting average into the ball game against the Orioles this season. A little bit lower than his overall average on the year. 1-1 pitch, ground ball to the hole, and another base hit and RBI. Headley will score. Gregorius comes through. All 4 runs scoring with 2 down.
Well, they could keep a pressure on a pitcher in the first inning. They made Kevin Gausman work yesterday. 3 runs on the board today, 4 on Ubaldo. Just leaving some pitches up in the zone right now. Get back to that 2-seamer down at the bottom of the zone. Try to pitch some early contact as his pitch count starting to get up there. He's not even out of the first inning.
20 RBIs for Gregorius. Here is John Ryan Murphy at the plate. 2 down, 4 runs, 3 hits for the Yankees in the first inning. This is the 8th batter to hit in the inning. They sent 8 to the plate, scoring 3 runs in the ball game last night. Jimenez delivers, and that will be in there for a strike. Murphy has not played for a while. You get a lot of chances when you got McCann working behind the plate. Andy is healthy. Murphy's not played in the last 6 games. 3 hits in his last 14 at bats. Pitch will miss down low. Told you about the differences Jimenez home and road. The pitch count has had a significant difference too, and showing up as Mike said here. He's averaged only 14 pitches per inning at home, which is outstanding. But on the road, that jumps up to 18.5. 1-1. Gregorius, pretty good lead. Not going. Ball will be chopped to third, and a base hit. That's a fair ball, literally a base hit. So Murphy gets an infield single. Gregorius goes down to second base.
Oh, Manny making the smart read there. No chance of making this play, playing deep. So the little chopper hugging the grass. Manny, realizing he can't make the play at first, lets it roll and it catches that front corner for the base hit.
So the number 9 hitter gets a chance in the first inning. Stephen Drew. He's got runners on at first and second base. And Drew will take the pitch away for a ball. Light hitting, good fielding, but power in the bat. Stephen Drew. One 0 count. And Drew taking. He was waiting for that first strike on this at bat.
Well, they're going to try to make him work, especially Drew in the bottom of the lineup. Outscored the O's 8-0 in the first inning here in this series.
1-1 delivery on the way to Drew. In the air, down the line left, low, Machado, and no play into the seats. Orioles already with a bullpen active as Tommy Hunter loosening up. I don't think he's thrown anything yet. They'll wait if Jimenez can get Drew out of there. They don't want to start Hunter warming up unless they have to. He'll just literally just kind of stretch a little bit. Here's the 1-2 delivery on the way, and that's in there for a strike. So Jimenez gets a couple of strikeouts in the inning, but the Yankees will pick up 4 runs on 4 hits, leaving 2 on base and have the lead after 1. For them in the first inning. Dan Duquette joining us, Vice President of Baseball Operations, GM for the Orioles. Dan, tough to watch first inning with the Yankees. I mean, it's unbelievable the numbers they're putting up.
Yeah, they're doing well in the first inning. They got those top two guys in the order, and A-Rod and Teixeira are really having good years. I mean, they're putting it together this year, and that's why they're the top team in our division. They're getting on base. Those two veteran hitters are hitting the ball and with power.
Yep.
And they're really tough on the back end of their bullpen. So we've got some work to do against the Yankees, as we can see here.
Davis will lead it off, Chris Davis. All right, let me ask you, because this one's been bouncing around all last night and today, about Kevin Gausman. If the right deal came along, would he be available or not?
Well, we like Kevin Gausman for our team, and he started for us last night. You know, a lot of times these rumors are started by other clubs that want the player, and they put his name out there.
Davis got a pretty good ride on that one, going back in right, way back of the wall, and goodbye, home run. At least a dozen rows back. Chris Davis, who homered in the ballgame last night, puts the Orioles on the board here in the second inning.
Another solo shot from Chris Davis. Like to get a couple Orioles on base when he hits his home runs. 21st of the season for Davis. Orioles need those long balls. Get this offense going.
Great shot by Chris Davis. He really jumped on that one. 21 home runs, 55 RBIs for Chris. And as we noted, Tanaka, that'll be home run number 13 against him this year. Nolan Reimold will take the pitch for a strike.
I'll take a look at this offering. Try to get under the hands of Chris Davis, but this fastball leaks back over the inner third. He pulls the hands in tight, finds the barrel deep at Yankee Stadium.
That'll go towards third. It'll be played by Headley. Nolan Reimold is retired. Dan, do you think the Orioles will be making a significant deal prior to this July 31st?
Well, we're going to try to continue to add to our ball club. I like the ball club. We gelled, and then we haven't played very well the last couple of weeks, but we had a place there where the team really came together. We gelled. I think we won 18 games out of 23. And I still like the way the team plays defense. Our run differential is pretty good. We're scoring more than we're giving up. And I like the ability for this team to contend. So having said that, we're going to try to add to the ball club with a trade or two. We need some more production from our outfield, obviously. That's been clear, and we'd like to shore up our pitching staff.
Dan, you're kind of in an unenviable spot as far as the work you have to do on a daily basis. Give the fans a look into what you're doing today as the trade deadline approaches, and a lot of teams looking for help on their clubs.
Well, there's a lot of contenders, a lot of teams in contention, and there's just a couple of teams that are out of it. So there's a lot of teams chasing a few players, which makes it very competitive. And the people have noted that some of our top prospects, Bundy, of course, is hurt, and Hunter Harvey's hurt. He's going to start throwing here pretty soon, but they're not available in trade anyway, so they're out of the discussion. And we're looking at a number of different options for ways to help our team. John Stockstill and Lee Thomas, they're in contact with the team. All the teams. I talked to several of the teams myself, and then we talk internally about what the needs are for our team. We're always constantly assessing that. So hopefully we'll be able to make a deal to help our ball club. I do think if we can get a spark, we can be very competitive, and all you have to do is you got to make the playoff like Kansas City did last year. They ended up going and winning the pennant. So it doesn't matter if you win the division as long as you get to the dance. And this club has a lot of the pieces that we need. If we can add a piece or two more, I still think we can make the playoffs.
Wieters with the 3-2 delivery, shattered bat into the shift, short hop by Drew. He'll make the play over to first, and Matt Wieters is retired.
So if you were going to possibly make a move, is it more important to make it thinking about winning just this year, or the impact it might have in the future with all the pending free agents that the Orioles are looking at?
Well, I think you have to look at both sides of that coin. The idea is to have a good team every year, but when you get to the end of the summer and you're still in contention, I think you owe it to everybody to take a shot at it. And then you might put a little bit more weight on the shorter term and trying to win now. And you know, that's really what we're trying to do.
Ball's going to be popped up. A lot of sun here, a lot of glare. Gregorius goes back to get it. Would you be willing to stay another half?
Sure.
Would you do that? Because it's hard for you to say no if I ask you while we're on the air, so that's why I did it while we're on the air. All right, home run picked up in the inning by Chris Davis. It's a 4-1 Yankee lead. Dan Duquette good enough to join us, in charge of baseball operations for the Orioles. And Dan, we were talking during the intermission there, and we'll let the fans in on this a little bit. Commissioner seems in favor, Commissioner of Baseball, of moving the deadline without waivers to later, to sometime maybe in August. What do you think?
Well, that's an effort to let the teams that are in the middle there, they're not quite sure if they're fish or fowl, if they're in contention or not, to make that decision later in the year, and then maybe it would put a few more players on the market.
Deep to right field, Ellsbury, and goodbye home run. He is just an Oriole nemesis. He singled and scored in the first inning. He leads off the second inning, gets that run right back. 5-1 Yankees.
Well, a little bit about doing your homework, being a veteran player. Ellsbury thinking, well, Ubaldo struggled a little bit with his command in the first inning. He's going to want to get ahead. Fastball ends up staying in the middle of the plate. It's down at the bottom of the zone, but that's his happy zone, and it's a bomb to deep right field.
Only the third home run that he has picked up this season. His first against the Orioles, and it's a 5-1 lead. That ball put up in the air, but to right. That's playable. Reimold will go back and put it away. I guess you're going to luck out on a really short half inning, aren't you?
Well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet. Let's watch the game. But if you talk about that trade deadline, it's currently July 31st. You could make the argument that you could move it up earlier in the season also.
That's where I'd like to see it.
And that would put a premium on having a good team and putting together a strong organization with good depth and putting the weight on that. I think entirely way too much is made of the trade deadline, because you can make trades after it. You just need the permission of the other clubs. Or you can claim a player when a club has waivers on them, and you can make a deal that way, like we did last year. I think we picked up Diaza. But anyway, I think you'll see a lot of these pitchers traded in the next couple of days. There's a lot of interest in some of the top starting pitchers on the market. And once you see a couple go, then you'll see the others fall.
How much of that is getting rid of salary, do you think?
Well, that's part of it, but the real key for the teams that are not in contention is to restock their team for next year and to have a good return on what they get back for the established players.
How about the depth in the Orioles organization? We've heard about, Alvarez doing a nice job in AAA, Walker down there, Michael Givens in AA.
I think we've got some pretty good depth. The marquee players, Bundy and Harvey, are both hurt. So the national publications don't think we have any great depth, but we have the wherewithal to make a couple of trades. We've done a nice job with the position players restocking our organization. Trey Mancini's having a really good year at AA. Kid we got from Notre Dame in the draft a couple years ago. Givens looks good. We've got Ty Wilson, Mike Wright at AAA. They're well regarded by the other clubs. Parker Bridwell, a pitcher at AA, has drawn considerable interest. We got a third baseman at AA, Drew Dosch, that the other teams like, Michael Yastrzemski. So we do have a little bit of depth to the minor league system. Alvarez is knocking on the door. Walker, the first baseman at AAA, is close to helping us in the big league. So there's some depth there. We could make a trade or two.
Pitch to Teixeira will be taken away in a 3-ball, 2-strike count. Dan, we really appreciate you coming in. Thanks for sharing some comments on it. I know this time of year is a real busy one for you.
All right, thanks a lot, guys.
All right. It's 3-2, 2 down. Mike Teixeira. Teixeira, a strikeout victim, his first time up. Will draw the walk here, so the inning will continue. Dan Duquette, Vice President, Baseball Operations, and GM. And we'll go right back to the phone.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that is right on his side. I mean, 24 hours a day. Phone's got to be ringing or he's calling somebody.
Third walk surrendered by Jimenez keeps the inning going. Beltran coming up, flied out to left field, his first time up. 5-1 Yankee lead. And that was going to be into the shift. It'll be Jonathan Scope up with it. He'll make the play over to first. So a run on a hit, no errors, and one left on. Ellsbury led the inning off with the homer, and the Yankees lead it 5-1. From Ocean City, 500 for you being selected. You get 500 for every Orioles home run hit today, and you've already had one. $500. Chris Davis. Play Baseball Bucks Scratch-Offs. Win up to $50,000 or enter non-winning tickets for a chance to be the contestant of the game. Visit mdlottery.com/baseball. Masahiro Tanaka staked to a 5-1 lead as we go to the third inning. It'll be Hardy Lowe in the top of the order. Manny Machado coming up against him. Hardy, 5-game hit streak. He's gone 2 for 6 in the series, and the pitch will be taken for a strike. JJ, 5 for 17. He's had an 11-game hit streak this year, which is the longest. He's at 5 right now in this one. Hardy's going to go down the line, and that one's going to be foul.
Pretty nice effort down that line. The bat boy almost going up into the stands. And J.J. Hardy, good sign. We talk about, this nice little streak he's on. He's putting together some good at bats, but he's in the pull mode, especially early in counts. 2 strikes, he likely to open up the field. I like to see him that good plate coverage.
Down to third, Headley. 1 away here in the third. Orioles are going to return home on Monday to begin a 3-game interleague series. The Atlanta Braves on Tuesday. Don't miss the season's next Ollie's Bargain Night, presented by Ollie's Bargain Outlet. All upper reserves are just $10. Welcome back, the Birds, and save your tickets at Orioles.com or 888-848-BIRD. Orioles head down for another division series after this ball game today. Tampa for 3. Tillman and Archer open it up tomorrow night. 6:30 O's Extra. 7 o'clock the ball game. Miguel Gonzalez, Erasmo Ramirez game 2. Wei-Yin Chen and Matt Moore, who's back for them, will go in the third game on Sunday. Lowe getting an opportunity, getting the start in left field in this ball game, his 16th start of the season in left. He's not had a lot of at bats of late. Only 12 in the month, 5 for 12 in July. And Lowe, and a great pitch by Tanaka that you can't get. 0-2.
Yeah, real nice cutter right there. Down at the bottom of the zone, working down and in to David Lowe. David Lowe's got to look at himself as a leadoff hitter here in this type of situation. Work Tanaka. Was nice showing the bunt to try to pull that infield in, but now 2 strikes. He's got to battle, find a way, put the ball in play hard on the ground, and use that speed.
See, Tanaka's looked in a couple of times, as we told you. Titchener demands strikes in the zone from pitchers. And Tanaka's thought he's had a couple that he didn't get. 1-2 delivery on the way. Check swing, and that one will bounce off the plate. And a 2-ball, 2-strike count.
Tanaka, that great ability to mix up all of his pitches, but when he gets to 2 strikes, he likes to bury that split finger. There, another hard one at 88 miles an hour.
Orioles 20-14 in day games. Adam Jones has led them offensively during ball games where the sun is shining. 2-2 delivery on the way. Jammed him behind second base. Ellsbury 2 down. It's now time for you to tweet your strongest fan photo. Use O's Couch Cam and you just might see yourself in an upcoming broadcast brought to you by T-Mobile. Manny Machado coming up. Machado flied out his first time up. Last time the Orioles were swept here in New York by the Yankees was June of 2010. Last time the Yankees swept a series was 2012 in Baltimore. That one will be fouled back over the screen. And the blip, what a day to be up there. They had a great night last night. They're back again. Aerial coverage provided by DirecTV. If you call yourself a sports fan, you got to get DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV. Taking a look on the west side of New York on the Hudson. 0-1 delivery on the way, and that's a strike on the outside corner. Manny with a fly ball to left, first time up, down on the count here to Tanaka. 0-2. Little number, short hopped, and a 1-2-3 inning, 6 in a row, set down by Tanaka. Yankees have a 5-1 lead.
Problems. Yankees with 5 wins, Orioles just the 1, and it's all about the runs per game. and the Yankees' ability to score runs in the first inning, outscoring the Orioles 9-1 here in this series. So coming into this series, the Orioles playing so much better at home and playing better against the Yankees at home. 4-2 record. The road woes kind of continuing. You thought they might be sparked after winning that nice series in Detroit, but the Yankees, top of the lineup, has really been the deciding factor.
Fouled off by Headley, who had the big hit. Valdo Jimenez first 3 on in the first inning with a single and 2 walks, and then he struck out Teixeira, got Beltran on a shallow fly ball, but Headley delivered a double and cleared the bases. That ball fouled away. So Headley with 3 RBIs in the game. He is now 8 for 25 lifetime off Valdo Jimenez. Headley's never hit very much against the Orioles, really. A .250 career average. A couple of home runs, 4 RBIs in his career. He almost equaled that with 1 at bat RBI wise in this game.
Yeah. Well, one of the problems here in the early going of Valdo's 2-seamer that really been the pitch has equaled his success this year, is leaking back over the middle of the plate, having a hard time starting it at the left-handed hitters and having to come back over that inside corner. Right now, it's like it's starting on the plate and then staying in the middle of the plate.
Jimenez with a 1-2 delivery. Against the Yankees in his career, he is 3-4, high ERA 5.5. He's had 5 career starts here in this ballpark where he is 2-2 with a 4.13 ERA coming in. And that one is going to be up high. So the count is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Headley trying to lead it off here in the 3rd inning. Leadoff man on each of the first 2. Ball will be popped up in the air. Shallow left. Low a long run. Third baseman back. Manny Machado will put it away. 1 down, 3rd inning. Before the Orioles take on the Braves on Tuesday night, social media fans invited to the Birdland Social pregame party on the roof deck. Tickets start as low as $30. A game ticket, access to the pregame party, catered menu, drink coupons, and the exclusive T-shirt. Q&A with Jim Palmer and MASNsports.com's Rock Cabaco. For tickets, Orioles.com/Birdland Social. Didi Gregorius and the off-speed pitch away. Single and an RBI. Picked up by Gregorius in his first time to the plate. Got that one to right field. He 9-irons that for a base hit. Reimold over to get it. So Gregorius, not known for the bat, has gone 2 for 2 here in the ballgame.
Picking up a couple singles here, both pulled. Take a look at the pitch from Ubaldo Jimenez. The change down at the bottom of the zone. He just goes down and gets it. Stays on it, uses the legs. Clean single.
That'll be hit number 6 for the Yankees. John Ryan Murphy coming to the plate. Young 24-year-old backup catcher for the Yankees. Played in 32 games last year, 16 the year before. And he's going to get a base hit into right field. Gregorius will stop at second. So with 1 away here in the 3rd inning, the Yankees get 2 more on with their 7th hit of the ballgame.
There's too many pitches left in the heart of the plate here from Ubaldo in the early going. Understandable, trying to be aggressive in the strike zone. Still have to make the quality pitches as Tommy Hunter now getting after it down there in the Orioles pen.
Warming up for real this time. Drew, a strikeout victim, first time up, will take the first pitch on the inside corner for a strike. So the Yankees with a chance to add to a 5-1 lead here in the 3rd inning. Stephen Drew. Swing and a miss on it. Drew has a 146 batting average with runners in scoring position. He's 6 for 41.
Well, as you talked about, the batting average really not there. Power numbers, has 12 home runs. You'll find a lot of second basemen with that kind of power.
One ball, 2 strike count on him. And Jimenez will have to wait as he will step out. Well, the Yankees are really playing some tough baseball right now, not just against the Orioles. They've gone 11-4 here in the month of July. 1-2 delivery on the way, and that ball will be foul back. Yankees are doing what you need to do if you're going to make the postseason. You get into that post-All-Star break and you try and build up a lead. Joe Girardi getting his 700th win as a manager in the ball game last night. 8 seasons, a win percentage of 57%, which is very good. 1-2 delivery on the way, and that one's going to be golfed into right. Raimo's going to have to chase it down. That'll bring Gregorius home. Murphy going to third. They'll hold him there. It's a double and an RBI, and the Yankees add another to make it 6-1.
Clutch hitting right there from Drew. Getting to a pretty good pitch from Ubaldo Jimenez. Take a look at the Nissan pitch track. Here's wanting it down and away. It does end up in, but it's down off the plate. He just drops the head on it, picking up a double.
So Ubaldo Jimenez will leave the ball game. He's not had a win in his last 4 starts, and this one is going to be a short one as he will work only 2 in the 3rd innings.
Thirds here at Yankee Stadium, gave up 8 hits, 3 walks, 6 earned runs for Ubaldo Jimenez, and now it's time for a little relief. For your car too, visit Jiffy Lube for regular oil changes and help prevent damage and wear to your engine. Jiffy Lube, drive in today. Well, Tommy Hunter coming in out of the Orioles bullpen a little earlier than we expected to see. Tommy, power fastball 70% of the time. Good 2-seamer, mid to high 90s with the heater. Breaking ball, that hard slider, throwing it even harder than we've seen in the past. In the high 80s, low 90s, 402 earned run average, 28 punch outs in his 40 1/3 innings of work. And it's hitting 268 overall. Lefties up to 280. Righties at 256.
Infield will be drawn in. Runners at second and third. Murphy, the lead runner, Drew with the RBI at second base, and is Ellsbury. He's already had a single and a home run. 1 down. And he's going to pump it in the air to left field. Lowe will have it. Runner will tag at third. Here comes the throw to third base. Nobody's there. It'll be backed up by Wieters, who fortunately was covering the plate. So it'll be a sac fly, second RBI of the ball game for Jacoby Ellsbury, and it's a 7-1 Yankee lead.
Well, Tommy Hunter getting that second out, but the Yankees continue to put the pressure on every inning. Put some marks on the board. Their offense has been on a nice roll, and Ellsbury to go along with this single and home run. Nice sacrifice fly. Give the Yankees a 6-run lead.
Ellsbury now 12 RBIs on the year, 2 in the ball game. Gardner, runner at second base, 2 down. Walked and scored, and he is flied out. He will take the strike from Tommy Hunter. Well, the Oriole bullpen being called on here in this game to do massive work, with the team already behind by a score of 7-1. Gardner against Hunter, just 2 for 16. One of the hits a home run. 0-1 delivery to him, and Gardner will take the big cut, and Tommy will get ahead of him. 0-2.
Slower variety right there on the curveball, more the slurve type effect. The hard slider, the pitch before, take a little off. Get Gardner out in front.
Orioles starters came into this ball game ranked 11th in ERA. Obviously, that is going to go up significantly with the ball to Jimenez coming out after just 2 1/3, his shortest start of the year. 0-2 delivery, a tapper foul outside of first base. Yeah, we'll stay at 2 strikes.
Yeah, the Orioles have been hoping the starting rotation get on a little bit of a roll. A great spark from Tillman in his last start. Thought that might be the start that really gets him going. Some inconsistencies, and Ubaldo with the road struggles in his start in Detroit only lasted 4 1/3, and here very short outing is 2 1/3 innings.
2 strike count with 2 down. Rodriguez on deck. Gardner will foul that one off and keep it alive. Well, Gardner, the 4th and run scored, adding to it with that walk in the first inning and then crossing the plate on the Headley bases loaded double. On base now 24 consecutive ball games. 0-2 count. Tommy Hunter, long time. So stepping out is Gardner. Gardner's, it's his second longest on base consecutive streak. He had one of 24 last year. Can't get together on the sign, so Wieters will take a trip.
Yeah, we get on the same page. I mean, this is a crucial situation, even though the Yankees pretty commanding lead early in the ball game. Still plenty of time, and who knows, maybe the next inning is the inning when the Orioles offense starts to get on track. And we have seen some big crooked numbers put up by the Orioles offense. Buck certainly hopes they can put up some big numbers.
0-2, runner off second. Hunter's delivery, foul tipped into the mitt, and Gardner is retired. So that will do it, but another run added here in the inning. Charge to Jimenez. Our Mazda do-ups here at Yankee Stadium. Paredes, Jones, and Davis. Manager, Tampa Bay, kind of a little bit of a gut check for all of us, myself included. If 24 hours off helps us evaluate that, so be it. But we need to get kind of a flip, a switch right now. They lost a tough game yesterday. They have the day off today. Yikes. And you can say from Ben Cherington, the Red Sox, standing up for his manager, we could all be better. Everybody on the field, front office, that's what's going to take. I fully support John. He's talking about Farrell, the manager. He's part of the solution. Tanaka with a delivery, and that's in there for a strike. And for the Toronto Blue Jays, like the Orioles, you got to get 4. They are 4-35 when scoring 3 or fewer runs.
Kind of eerily similar there. Orioles 6-35, scoring 3 or fewer. Get to that 4 mark.
Nothing driving Buck Showalter crazy is the fact teams do not have a schedule where going into a series one team has a day off and the other is playing, which is the case with Tampa Bay. Not only are they not playing, they're home. Here's the 0-2 delivery on the way, and you can see the difference it makes already. No matter what the Orioles do, even if they come back and win this ball game, they're going to have to use up a lot of pitching. Tampa Bay is going to have everybody rested with a day off, and the Orioles come out of a tough series here in New York.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is a manager's nightmare going into the bullpen way too early in this ball game, and of course, the season kind of on the line. This is a very important road trip against their division, and we're now with Tampa, and you've heard it from their manager, Tampa's manager, Cash. They're going to reevaluate and hope that things kind of get turned around, try to flip the switch. Well, the Orioles and many teams in the American League East kind of thinking the same sentiments.
And a swing and a miss, foul tipped, held on to. So Paredes is retired by Tanaka. That's his second strikeout.
Well, Paredes on the free swinger. So being exposed there on the good split finger at the bottom of the zone. So hard to pick it up. Comes out of his hand looking like a fastball. Of course, the big arm speed looking just like a fastball, but the dive down at the end. It's many hitters swing over the top. Paredes his second K of the day.
That'll bring up Adam Jones. He has had one at bat flied out. 7-8-0 for the Yankees. 1-1-0 for the Orioles here in the 4th inning. For fans who may not have been up to it, just so you know, when the Orioles go to Tampa Bay tomorrow, the Rays, in a losing game yesterday, Cash felt they were terrible and said so. They were not. He didn't feel they were focused. They made errors in the field. They made mental errors on the field. They did not get any key hits, and he didn't think the pitching was very good. That just about covers it.
You're right.
0-1 count, and a swing and a miss came back in.
Well, and Tampa Bay has had some struggles at home. They've really, believe it or not, played better on the road than they have in their home ballpark. They got into a little rough stretch there, finishing up that road trip, so he needs to kind of whip his team back into shape. And they have a under 500 record at home, going 24-27. So if they want to continue to compete, they need a better home record.
Tanaka way inside on Jones that time. A 1-ball, 2-strike count. One down, nobody on. Davis waiting on deck. And Jones reaching for it. Will foul that one away. Again, now in the Eastern Division of the American League, only 2 teams are playing 500 or better, as the whole division has dropped again in that regard. The Yankees, of course, 52-41, and then you go to Toronto at 500. And the other 3 ball clubs, Tampa Bay, the Orioles, and Boston, are all under 500. 1-ball, 2-strike count. Jones, great location, tag put on by Murphy.
Well, after working him away with a cutter and then a slider, was with the hard split finger 88, and Adam Jones thinks he's got to protect on the fastball in, but the trap door appears just in front of home plate. That's that nasty splitty again.
Tanaka's got an 0-1 record against the Orioles in his career. ERA of 3.86. He's had a couple of starts prior to this one, both at Yankee Stadium, both last year against the Orioles. 2 down, nobody on. Davis delivered the long ball last time up, drives this one near the warning track and left. Brett Gardner battling the sun and the wind, and somehow missed it. How about that? You could see him struggling with that as he looked up. It ended up in the stands on a ground rule double.
Yeah, high in the sky, battling the sun the whole way. And he really doesn't even make an attempt. He did not see that ball until it hit behind him on the track. Tanaka thinking an easy out. With the elements, the wind and the sun coming into play in this series or this game already.
So the Orioles get a break on that one and a 2-bagger for Davis.
Looking up, kind of waiting for that ball to come out. It's out behind him. Wondering where the heck it went.
Yeah, no idea on that one. Nolan Reimold grounded out his first time up. Reimold starting in right. Half swing, pop up to Shera. And no play. This is the first time Reimold has started in right field this year. He has played there coming off the bench during a game, but this is the first start.
Yeah, Buck Showalter kind of mixing things up with Davis getting the start at first after 19 starts in right field. Getting Reimold and Lowe into the lineup.
First chance the Orioles have had with a runner in scoring position. They're 2 for 12 in the series. Home run by Davis led off the second for the lone run the Orioles have. Tanaka's 0-1 pitch. That one in the air to left field. That one is back again into that sun, and this time redemption. No runs on one hit, no errors, and one left on base. Yankees on top trying to sweep the Orioles in 3. By Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. Well, interesting, the official score has charged an error on Garner on that Davis fly ball. So Chris does not get a double. It is an error. It is a judgment call on whether or not the ball could have been, should have been caught, even though you don't have to touch it to have an error.
Right.
And he didn't, but he gets the error.
Well, I don't know if he sees that one in replay and how Gardner just absolutely never saw it. I mean, he didn't even put his glove up there until the ball hit the warning track behind him.
A-Rod goes the other way. Reimold. That's an interesting call. You don't see that very often. Player designated T-shirt series is going to be back at the Yard next Thursday. All fans at that game against the Tigers get the glove Orioles T-shirt designed by Orioles Gold Glove winning shortstop J.J. Hardy. Celebrate the Orioles shortstop and add to your Birdland wardrobe. Tickets 888-848-BIRD or Orioles.com.
Might be en route to another Gold Glove leading the Orioles defensive charge. Best defense in baseball this year, and J.J. Hardy only one error at shortstop.
Mark Teixeira. He'll fight that one off. He has struck out, drawn a walk in the ball game. Teixeira, a big year against the Orioles so far, hitting at .349, a couple of home runs and 8 RBIs against the Orioles on the season. 1-1 delivery to him. That one also fouled. Tony Pena's got to be wondering, have I got a magnet for a baseball in my pocket? He's the first base coach for the Yankees. He's already had about 3 that have gone right by him, screaming by him. And he's continued to move down the right field line far from the coach's box. 1-2 delivery on the way and a swing and a miss. He could not catch up to the heater.
Another good fastball from Tommy Hunter, 97. Good movement. It runs away. Working down in the zone. That last fastball ends up at the top of the zone, and Teixeira swinging just underneath it.
Beltran coming up, 1 for 6. Lifetime off Hunter. Hunter working in a hurry. And that'll be fouled off. The fists. I think he broke his bat. He did. Beltran calls for a little help. Yankees happy to have their right fielder back after coming off the DL on Sunday. So he'll work himself back into playing on a regular basis. He had an oblique problem. Oh, 1 count. No update on Steve Pearce on the DL yesterday with the oblique. Fouled away, due to be examined today. Probably an MRI. 0-2 count.
A lot of people looking at the Yankees this season as Tommy Hunter threw 12 strikes on his 13 pitches, really attacking the strike zone. Thought this Yankees lineup, even their rotation, maybe a little just too old. It's not they're going to break down, but Beltran and Ellsbury spent a couple stint on the disabled list, but prove that the veteran hitters know what they're doing, working pitchers. A couple of the great veterans having monster years, Teixeira and Alex Rodriguez, but look at key many of the years Yankees' success is just that veteran presence in the lineup, ability to work starting pitchers.
1-2 delivery on the way and a swing and a miss. So Hunter picks up a 1-2-3 inning with a couple of strikeouts. He's got 3 in the ball game. Yankees up 7-1. Good minor league players. Here's our PNC minor league report.
Yeah, Michael Gibbons, pitching coach in Bowie. Alan Mills calls him Dr. Banner, but when he takes the mound, turns into the Incredible Hulk. And the reason why, look at these numbers. Last night, 2 2/3, just gave up 1 hit, 1 walk, couple punch outs. He got the hold this season. Nice minor league numbers, 4-2 record, 13 saves, just a 1.86 earned run average. That whip, 9.8 in 32 games. And he has 75 punch outs. Only 15 walks, and he's holding opponents down to just a 193 batting average. Michael Gibbons, we've seen him in the big leagues. A little stint, 1 game with the Orioles this season. Sidearm delivery with a good fastball and slider, having great success in Double-A.
Matt Wieters leading it off for the Orioles. Grounded out his first time up, top of the 5th inning. Wieters, Scope, and Hardy. Matt now with a 1 for 8 in this series against the Yankees. Shift on. Masahiro Tanaka, no walks, 3 strikeouts so far, 6-3 on the year. Jimenez out, 2 1/3, 7 runs, 8 hits. Bud Norris warming up for the Orioles. 2-0 delivery on the way by Tanaka. That'll be in there for a strike. Trying to stay focused has got to be the biggest problem for Tanaka right now. And you got a lead like this, sometimes you can drift a little bit even early in a ball game.
Well, you're absolutely right. I mean, sometimes pitchers don't know what to do when they're spotted big leads, but Tanaka still mixing it up, going to one pitch, using the full arsenal.
One interesting note I thought on the Yankees about their wins. They're not just winning ball games. They now have 30 wins. 30 of their 52 have come against teams with a .500 record or better. So they're beating good ball clubs. 2-2 delivery on the way. Wieters again into that shift. Drew. The second time, Drew will make the play. For every Orioles walk, Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield contributes $50 to the March of Dimes. 232 walks, $11,600. Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield encourages each of us to take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle. Here's Jonathan Scope. Scope popped out his first time up. See how effective Tanaka's been. The Orioles are getting just their second at bats here in the 5th inning of the ball game. Left-handers at 212, right-handers 228. Real good 221 overall average for the Yankees starting pitcher. It's the 0-1 delivery. That'll be off the fist.
The Tanaka first pitch strikes 14 out of 16. Aggressive in the zone. We've seen him use that fastball, but not leaving many pitches in the middle of the plate. Working the edges, and that two-seamer in hard on Scope there.
And we'll miss with that one down low. Starters have been a major part of this big month of July for the Yankees. Their rotation of 3.08 in the month of July. Starters have gone 7-3 this month. The team is 11-4. 1-2 delivery came in, fouled off, and the count will stay at a ball and 2 strikes. Yankees are going to be moving on to play at Minnesota. They've not played the Twins yet this year. And a swing and a miss. So after those pitches that were down and in, he matches it with a great pitch away.
Well, working both sides of the plate, different speeds as well. And here the slider, 84 miles an hour, located perfectly down and away. Working him hard in to that point.
Here's J.J. Hardy. The Orioles have yet to play Oakland. They'll do that on the West Coast trip. And they've not played Kansas City. Those are the only 2 teams the Orioles have not played this season. Yankees haven't played Cleveland, and they haven't played Minnesota. Girardi was wondering about that yesterday, talking about the schedule. Said, I don't get it. Buck Showalter said the same thing. The schedule, which is the unbalanced schedule, it's kind of wacky as to when you play clubs and when you don't. 1-1 delivery on the way, right off the end of the bat. Gregorius is up with it. He'll record the out. That'll be a 1-2-3 inning. 3 out of the 5. Tanaka's retired the side in order.
Yankee Stadium. Bases loaded after a single and 2 walks. Chase Headley clears the bases. Ellsbury will score, Gardner will score, and Alex Rodriguez all the way from first base will score on the relay attempt. But Chris Davis, home run in his last at bat in yesterday's ball game. First at bat goes deep here. Get the Orioles on the board. But the Yankees aren't done. Ellsbury extends the lead with a solo shot to start the second inning off. Yankees bats have been hot in this series. Orioles need to pick it up. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com for a free rate quote.
So on this sunny day in New York, Bud Norris out of the bullpen.
Bud's numbers here, his pitch arsenal, fastball 64%, breaking ball 29%. That changed 7%. Bud Norris, a power pitcher, came in last night and pitched, did a nice job. Take a look at his numbers on the year. 6.71 earned run average that he has been trying all year to bring down. Opponents hitting 297, lefties way up to 325.
Chase Headley leading it off. The big hit in the first inning, bases loaded double with 2 down. Getting the 3 RBIs. 1 ball, 1 strike count. He has also popped up. Norris's pitch taken to left field. Lowe's got a long run and will not be able to get it. So Headley is on again. He gets his 4th hit of this series, a leadoff single here in the 5th. Be sure to text Masson's word of the day, Outback, to 29292. Your chance to win a meet and greet with Buck Showalter. Brought to you by Outback Steakhouse, where the No Worries Wednesdays menu is now available on Sundays.
It's good to know.
It is. Baby back ribs. Gregorius has had a couple of singles, a run scored, and an RBI. Big day for the light hitting shortstop. Gregorius, a 3 for 7 off Norris. That one goes to Lowe. This time able to make the play. And there's one away. Headley back to first base. So both teams, even though we're only in the 5th inning, appear to pretty much be in a hurry. Murphy coming up, 2 singles and a run scored. Getting the start behind the plate. Yankees concluding a homestand. They're 4-1 on this current homestand. They've improved their record to 29-17 at home, which is the 5th best home record in the American League. 1 down. Pitch will be in the outside corner for a strike to Murphy. John Ryan scored in the 3rd after getting on with his 2nd single. Stephen Drew brought him home with a double. 0-1 pitch and a swing and a miss. Throttled back to 82 on it.
Nice pitch right there from Bud Norris. Now every time Bud takes the hill after being moved to the bullpen is an opportunity for him to regain that fastball command and work himself back into this Orioles rotation. His name has been brought up numerous times with trade talks as well, so he needs to help himself one way or another, and it all starts with the fastball command. Has not been able to harness it this season after such a successful year last year. 15 wins for the Orioles to help them win the East.
Runner off first, 1-2 delivery on the way, and Norris fought inside with that. And the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two-two delivery, swing and a miss. Nope, foul tipped. It stays alive. That one he just got off the end of the bat.
Yeah, took it right out of Matt Waiter's glove. Good slider here from Bud Norris. Great location, late bite. But Ryan, a nice job to keep his at bat alive.
2 ball, 2 strike count. Headley short lead at first, and a grounder double hit. And we'll foul that one back. 7-9-1 for the Yankees. 1-1-0 for the Orioles. Their only hit, the home run by Davis that came in the 2nd inning. The Orioles had only 4 hits in the ball game last night. 3 of those came in the 3rd inning, and they didn't get another one until the 9th. Well, the continuing struggles for the Orioles offense. goes on here in this day game. Ground ball may have touched Norris. Hits the bag. It'll be a base hit, backed up by Hardy. Jonathan Schoop was already to field it. The second time we've had a ball off a Yankee bat hit a base in this game.
Yeah, all they need to do is hit first base for the cycle. This one off second base, right back through the middle. Second hop ends up hitting second base as Jonathan Schoop trying to get in front of it. Record an out. There you see it. Kind of a synopsis of how the Orioles' luck has been going here recently. Couple base hits off bags. Third base was hit earlier in the ball game. Second base here, all for the Yankees' favor.
So the Yankees now have 10 hits in the ball game. Runners at first and second, one away, and Drew is going to get another chance. 3 for 7 for the Yankees with runners in scoring position, and Drew one of those successful at bats. He got an RBI double. Game in the third inning. Headley, the lead runner at second base. Murphy's on at first, 2 singles. Oh, 1 delivery by Norris in the air to right field. Nolan Reinwald back on the warning track, makes the catch. Headley will tag up and move on to third. Murphy will stay at first base with 2 down. The O's upcoming schedule brought to you by Mile One Automotive, offering you 20 convenient locations throughout the Baltimore area. Visit the men's store or online at mile1.com.
Orioles heading down to Tampa to take on the Rays. 7 o'clock start time tomorrow night. Then on Saturday it's a 6 o'clock start. And Sunday getaway day, 1 in the afternoon. Take on the Rays.
So with 2 down, first and third, Jacoby Ellsbury already a big day. Single, home run, sac fly, 2 RBIs. Third home run of the season for him. Game against Ubaldo Jimenez, leading off the second inning. Headley and Murphy, the runners, ball in the air, low coming, diving, can't get it, and it goes by him. Headley will score, Murphy will score. Throw comes into third. A 2 RBI double and a 4 RBI game for Jacoby Ellsbury.
Ellsbury really swinging it today, sparking this team right from the get-go. David Lowe, they come up with the big grab. Got to do that. I mean, a huge lead here by the Yankees. They got to get out of this inning, but can't come down with it. Gets by him. A couple more runs score. Ellsbury on second base.
He gets the double and gets the 4 RBI day. So he's really put it to the Orioles here, not just today, but in this series. This game simply highlighting what he has done. Two down, and the pitch will be taken away. The 4 runs in the first inning came with 2 away. And now they've added 2 more here in the 5th inning with 2 down. 9 runs on 11 hits in the ballgame. Gardner will take the pitch for a strike. Gardner 2 for 16 off Hunter. Rather off Bud Norris, 3 for 15. Sorry. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Hunter worked an inning and 2/3 and had 3 strikeouts. That pitch is going to be in there. Bud Norris charged with a couple of runs on 3 hits so far here in the 5th inning.
Well, slider looks good from Bud Norris. Fastball to Ellsbury there. Came back over the heart of the plate. Some problems early on yesterday with Kevin Gausman in that fastball location. When you have a veteran team, you really got to be able to throw strikes inside, whether they're righty or lefty, and it has to be a strike, quality strike on the inside corner. when you throw pitches in off the plate, a veteran hitter just lifts his arms up, maybe might push the hips back a little bit. They know something different's coming. If you cannot consistently throw strikes into veteran hitters, you're not going to have much of a chance.
Foul tipped, held on to. So Gardner strikes out for the second time. 2 runs, 3 hits, base runner left on. Yankees up 9-1. Games 13 out of 30 starting pitchers yesterday were born in the 1990s. That is a major league high for one day. Sin-Soo Choo on Tuesday hit for the cycle. On Wednesday, he got the golden sombrero. Yikes, he's the first player ever to have that happen. And Odubel Herrera with Philly fouled off 6 2-strike pitches, got a game-winning single in the 11th. It was the 11th pitch of the at-bat, the longest plate appearance by a pinch hitter prior to a walk-off hit since 2006. And thus goes the game.
Crazy game indeed.
Pitching coach, pitcher. Dave Wallace, Bud Norris. Fouled off outside of first. Bad day to be a first base coach unless you got your jump shoes on. Tony Peña's been jumping out of his shoes down there in some hard hit balls. So I guess a little tit for tat is in order here. Wayne Kirby doing it for the Orioles. David Lowe flied out his first time up. Tanaka's given up 1 run on 1 hit. The home run by Davis came in the second. Only other base runner, error allowing Davis to reach in the 4th inning. Lowe will take the pitch. It is in there for a strike. Flying down his first time up.
Well, David Lowe hoping to get a little bit more playing time. We talked about his limited at bats, but he is producing here this month. That batting average up over 400.
Oh, I found it. It matters that you finish your delivery balanced.
It sure does. I mean, self-preservation here. David Lowe hitting the bullet back up the middle. Look at the quick reactions. He keeps his eyes up. I'm sure he follows the baseball. Throws that glove up and able to come down with an out.
Manny Machado 0 for 2 is flied out, grounded out. So we're up to 2 hit bases for base hits by the Yankees and 1 caught that was never seen. And thank goodness he did.
Yeah. Well, you talked about it. His good finish. I mean, he finishes forward, keeping his eyes forward. You see so many pitchers nowadays with the big power arms finishing well off to either the first base side if they're right-handed or third base side if they're left-handed, and almost turning away from the hitter, not in very good positions to defend themselves.
Kept that pitch down 1-2. Manny with an 0 for 2 so far in this one. 1 for 8. in the series against the Yankees. He's had a good year against Yankee pitching. Came in hitting .356 with a couple of home runs off the Yankees. 1-2 delivery on the way. Ball up in the air, first base. Teixeira. He's got it. Reaching over the railing. And Machado is retired. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Orioles may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. Sun-drenched crowd here at Yankee Stadium. Paredes has struck out twice, 2 down, nobody on, here in the 6th inning. Tanaka's retired the side in order in 3 previous innings. Paredes on a swing and a miss.
Tanaka showing that great movement in the zone, taking advantage of Paredes' aggressiveness. A couple strikeouts. Paredes already in the ball game.
0-1 over the top of that one at 84. Tanaka's a strike throwing machine here in this ball game. Helped out, of course, by the big lead. 4 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third, 2 more in the 5th. Oh, 2 delivery on the way. Paredes will take that one up high.
Yeah, just kind of a waste pitch right there. Started him off with a split finger for a swinging strike, and then the slider at the bottom of the zone. You see the Nissan pitch track. A waste fastball up at the top of the zone to change the eye level, and then back to the bottom with an off-speed pitch.
And a 1-ball, 2-strike count. He has been efficient. He's throwing only 12 pitches per inning.
Well, when you throw strikes and you prove that you can throw strikes, you're going to get more aggressive swingers. Typically when you have the good movement like Tanaka has, and we've seen in this game already, working both sides of the plate in the bottom of the zone, you're going to get early weak contact. A lot of balls hit hard by the Orioles.
Evens the count up. 2-ball, 2-strike count on Paredes. Jones hoping for an at-bat, waiting in the on-deck circle. Orioles trying to get back to 500 today. They're 46 and 47. 2-2 delivery. That one in the air towards the gap. It's way back and off the top of the wall. Going to go for 2. Throw in by Ellsbury to the cutoff man. Missed a home run, matter of inches. And Paredes will pick up a 2-out double.
A great example here of just the elevation being the problem. Working down and getting Paredes to swing over the top, but this one stays up the middle of the thigh up by the belt area. Paredes gets extended and just misses a home run. This one a double off that right center field wall.
Hard ricochet back to Ellsbury. Got it in a hurry. So the Orioles chance to add a run here. Adam Jones up. He has struck out and flied out. 2 for 10 in the series for Adam. Orioles had only one chance with a runner in scoring position in the ball game. 0 for 1. Tanaka's delivery will be put up in the air. Shallow right center. Drew back, shading his eyes. He's got it. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. Bottom of the 6th coming up with the Yankees leading. college. They take us to our This Moment in History. It was 1941. Jimmy Dykes was the manager of the White Sox. And for the first time, a shift was employed against Ted Williams. Williams went 2 for 5, including a double in that ball game. That was before Lou Boudreau employed the shift. Boudreau often claimed to have done it first, but Dykes actually was before that. Garcia Parra became the 26th player to hit 5 home runs in 2 games. That was in 2002 in a doubleheader, and he established the record for consecutive home runs in the shortest times in terms of innings. He had 3 home runs in 2 innings as part of that 5 home run doubleheader.
Couple pretty good Boston Red Sox hitters right there. Ted Williams and Noma.
Garcia Parra. And the pitch is in there for a strike. A-Rod walk in the first inning and scored. 0 for 2, popped out, flied out. Picking up his 20th home run in the ball game last night, and a 1 for 4, his lone hit in the series. 1 for 8. Fouls that one back. 2-strike count on Rodriguez.
Alex Rodriguez, certainly the number of at-bats that he's had over his career has mastered his swing, but the question coming into this year was his age and the fact that he had so much time off. Was he going to be able to regain that pure swing that he possesses? Well, he certainly has. 20 home runs. He's been huge in the middle of this lineup. He and Teixeira providing some great offensive thump.
1 ball, 2-strike count from Norris, and that is there for a strike. He knew it and will walk away. Second strikeout for Bud Norris, working in his second inning of relief.
Nice pitch, nice sequence as well from Bud Norris. Take a look at the Nissan pitch track, just dotting a 96-mile-an-hour fastball down and away. Throwing in the mid to high 90s with your heater at times. If there is head movement, the baseball turns into a ping pong ball coming in there. Very hard to see.
Mike Teixeira will take it for a strike. He's drawn a walk. He has struck out twice. He's had 4 consecutive multi-hit games coming into today's play. And a strike on the outside corner. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to get that done here in this ball game. 56% of his hits for extra bases. That's the highest percentage in the majors. 0-2 pitch to him, fouled off at the plate. And it'll stay at 2 strikes. Oh, 2-1 down. Teixeira 4th in home runs in the league. Inside to him. He's tied for 1st in RBIs. He is 4th in walks starting today's play. Bud Norris with a 1-2. And that'll be outside. Baldo Jimenez, shortest start of the season for the Orioles, 2 1/3, 7 runs, 8 hits. Tommy Hunter worked an inning and 2/3, had 3 strikeouts. Bud Norris on. Tanaka's gone the distance for the Yankees. No walks, 4 strikeouts, a run on 2 hits. And a 3-ball, 2-strike count on Teixeira.
Baldo's running some rough water here. Back-to-back starts where he's given up 7 earned runs. So they really need him to stay consistent in the second half. It's like the whole rotation and pick it up and find their form.
In the air, left center, Jones. And he's gone. 2 down. Our great shots from on high, provided by DirecTV. If you call yourself a sports fan, you got to get DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV. From the blimp to you. On the busy GW Bridge. More folks coming in than going out, it looks like right now. A ton going by. It is a gorgeous day here. We had tremendous humidity for the first game. And then let up. It's a beautiful day night yesterday and just a gorgeous day today. Beltran 0 for 3 in the ball game. Norris's pitch to him will be outside for a ball. If the score stays this way, it couldn't work out any better for Joe Girardi. He's going to get to rest his bullpen. He'd used Miller in back-to-back games for saves. Doesn't want to use him today. Strike taken. May not have to. 1 ball, 1 strike count.
Now, one of the knocks on manager Joe Girardi is the fact that maybe the bullpen gets a little overused. Betances, a lot of innings last year, and he's not afraid to go to him again this season. We saw him come in to pick up an out in the 7th inning and then pitch a full 8th inning 2 nights ago. Of course, Miller came in for that save, and his back-to-back save is the first time he's done that since coming off the disabled list, so they're trying to be careful with him as well. So concerned with this bullpen that's been so good for the Yankees. One of the big reasons why they've had the success they've had in leading the East this year. Are they going to be able to sustain that through the whole season? Will they run out of gas? And that's something that, you know, teams in the East have to be aware of. I mean, the Orioles, even though they're having their trouble here at the stadium, you know, have played the Yankees very tough over the past few seasons, and they finish up the year with the Yankees. So it's all about timing. I think everybody in the Eastern Division has had their ups and downs. Right now, the bulk of the teams, other than the Yankees, having a little downslide right now. So, you know, the Orioles have to find their way, much like the Blue Jays are hoping they do, and the Rays as well.
1-2 delivery, lifted the other way, low again with a very long run, trying to get over, diving, can't get it, foul ball. He has gotten his runs in today in left field. He's had to chase down a few.
He has a lot of ground to cover. Orioles outfielders typically kind of shade into the gaps and give up the line, so a lot of running. Try to catch a foul ball. Just missing there.
Carlos Beltran, 1 ball, 2 strike count. Lynn Kirby directs the outfielders' positionings. Had to do a lot of that today with Reimold getting his first start at right. Norris trying to retire the side in order. It's only happened once in the ball game. That was in the 4th inning. 2 down here, nobody on. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Certainly the Yankees pen and Girardi getting a break right at this point of the year, because now the starters are pitching so well they're going deep in the ball games. They haven't had to use the middle of the pen a whole lot. They have had to pick up saves because, like the Orioles, they too are playing a lot of 1-run ball games. 5 consecutive 1-run games since the All-Star break, and 4-1 the record. And again, foul back. So 1 ball, 2 strike count stays on Beltran. Yankees against the division, 23-17 against the East. Orioles 26-23. 1-2. He's hitting about everything that's remotely close into foul territory.
I mean, protecting 2 strikes. Going to wait out a good pitch or mistake from Bud Norris. Bud executing some quality pitches right now, just around the perimeter of the plate. Find the one pitch that gets him off balance.
It'll be the 10th pitch of the at bat, and a 2 ball, 2 strike count. Tigers leading Seattle 2-1 7th inning. Day game today, limited schedule. Travel day, off day for a few of the ball clubs. And a chopper. Davis, nobody there. Base hit. Boy, we have seen some strange hits in this ball game. Nobody even close to cover.
Well, I think Bud Norris got caught up in that at bat after making some good pitches all the way through, and Beltran fouling him off. He finally makes the pitch he wants, a changeup down and away. I think it's to do the most important thing. Most of his job covering first base, recognizing it too late. Beltran able to hustle down the line and keep the inning going.
12 hits for the Yankees. This one a 2-out single. And Chase Headley up. Headley already with 3 RBIs, a double, single, 3 RBIs, and 2 runs scored. Yankee third baseman, big day. And the pitch will be in there for a strike. Headley's got a .391 career batting average against Norris with 2 home runs. Chaz Rowe getting ready in the Oriole bullpen. 0-1 delivery by Norris. That one will be blooped in the air. Jones coming. He'll get there and put it away. So Headley retired. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. Yankees up 9-1. Our Honda do-ups. When we come back, Chris Davis, Nolan Reimold, and Matt Wieters. Against the Rays. Game 1, Chris Tillman will be on the mound against Chris Archer. Our coverage on Masson begins at 6:30. O's Extra, presented by Jeep, followed by game coverage at 7. All the access you need right here on Masson.
Well, let's take a look ahead here as the Orioles go down to Tampa to take on the Rays. Rays record at 48-49. 6-12 here in July, and they have not played too well at home. 24-27 in their home park. Longoria starting to heat up a little bit, hitting some homers, 9 on the year. You see the starters, Archer, Ramirez, and Matt Moore. After coming off Tommy John surgery, will be making his 5th start for the Rays. Orioles leading the series 5-4.
Masahiro Tanaka against Chris Davis. Shift on against him. Chris delivering the home run, his 21st in the 2nd inning. And then reached on an error in the 4th inning. Fly ball that got lost in the sun by Gardner in left field. 1-0 count. 9-12-1 for the Yankees. 1-2-0 for the Orioles as we go to the 7th. Orioles have left only 2 on, both in scoring position. 6 left on by the Yankees, 3 of those in scoring position. 1-1 by Tanaka's outside. 2 ball, 1 strike count on Davis with Reimold and Wieters to follow. Orioles have lost 13 of their last 18 ball games. They are 5-11 here in the month of July. 2-1 pitch on the way, and really throttled all the way back to 76 on that.
Yeah, hasn't thrown a lot of curveballs in this ball game, but shows his proficiency at using his off-speed pitches. Continues to mix them up. You're feeling that he's got to really slow Chris Davis down. 76 miles an hour on the curve.
2-2. And Davis works it full. 3 ball, 2 strike count. Tanaka's just not giving the Orioles, hasn't given them chances to do anything offensively in the ball game. Davis, only leadoff batter who's reached. That was a home run, and he will foul that one off.
There's been some talk here recently about Tanaka going down the stretch here with the Yankees. If they haven't been into the postseason with Tanaka yet, is this going to be the year where he gets that postseason experience, and how is he going to respond? And Girardi said he really likes his mental makeup and doesn't believe that he will be affected, as the season gets closer and closer to the end.
Came back inside on him, gets a strikeout. That'll be 5 Ks for Tanaka.
Showing some great composure in this ball game, mixing up all of his pitches. There, the nasty slider down and in to Chris Davis. Chris Davis saw everything that Tanaka had to offer in that at bat.
Tanaka's just 26 years old, from Japan. Spent 7 years pitching in Japan before joining the Yankees last year. Went 13-5 with a very good 2.77 ERA in his first year with New York. 0-1 the count. Nolan Reimold. Reimold 0 for 2 in the ball game. And the pitch will miss down low, and a 1-ball, 1-strike count. One pitch, ripped hard and foul. Inside a third that time, into the seats. Count will stay at 1-2.
One thing you try to do when you get a pitcher like Tanaka is get him up in the zone. He's very good at pounding the bottom of the zone. The thing that he throws is off-speed pitches, have great movement at the bottom of the strike zone. He's made a couple mistakes. That one there up to Reimold, but he just pulls it foul.
Just missed inside. He has been around the strike zone all day, even when missing it hasn't been by much. 2-ball, 2-strike count to Reimold. Right-hander's 2-2 delivery. Reimold will swing, and he's gone. 6 strikeouts for Tanaka.
So he doesn't use his fastball too much. Every now and then you'll see him reach back, and he does have 94, 95 in the back pocket. Well, here, he gets up on this one, 94 miles an hour. Yeah, it's a mistake up in the zone. I think it just surprises Reimold. Gets it by him with the extra velocity and the lack of fastballs throughout this game.
Matt Wieters has grounded out twice into the shift to Drew at second base. That's in there for a strike. Tanaka's had this season as many as 9 strikeouts. That came against Seattle. His career high is 11. He's done that twice. 0-1 pitch. Wieters late. And a 2-strike count.
And Tanaka does have the national Japanese strikeout record. Were you aware of that?
He does.
Yeah. 458 batters he struck out when he was in high school to establish that record, breaking Dice K. Remember Dice K? That's Osaka. He came over and played with the Red Sox. The record prior to that at 423. That's why he got garnished so much attention. It was a huge sign for the Yankees, and some people thought that there may be some questions about if he was going to have the success. Well, proved a lot of people wrong.
And he strikes the side out. So he's got 7 strikeouts, 7th inning stretch time here at Yankee Stadium, with the Yankees trying to sweep the Orioles, leading it 9-1. Well, the Yankees jumped out to the early lead, and like those speedboats, they haven't looked back. They were able to get the 4 runs, 4 hits in the first inning off Jimenez, and have just continued to pile it on. How about that for a place to be right now? Huh? Chaz Rowe will come out of the bullpen for the Orioles.
We'll take a look at his pitch arsenal. The fastball at 67%. Pretty tough to pick it up. Arms and legs coming to hitters, and a good slider to go along with it. Nice job since coming along to the Orioles. Tested in spring training, didn't make the team in the spring, but since he's been up, appeared in 21 games, 2.48 earned run average, couple wins, 31 punch-outs, and just 10 walks in his 29 innings of work. The opponent's hitting just 224. The righties way down to 190. Lefties up to 265. He is a ground ball pitcher. 54% of his outs on the ground.
Norris worked a couple of innings, gave up 2 runs on 4 hits. He had 2 strikeouts. And this will be the 3rd pitcher out of the bullpen for the Orioles. Oh, for Buck Showalter, still not the offense that the Orioles are in dire need of. They'll hope to pick that up here at the continuation of this ball game, even if they don't get back into it, at least start getting into a hit mode and carry that with them down to Tampa Bay for the start of the series tomorrow night. The Orioles coming into the ball game today, as they have been all year, of course, have had a potent offense that has been ranked up there in the American League. Home run department, total runs scored. They've done pretty well on the season overall. They are now 5th in average, have dropped to 6th in runs, still 4th in home runs. Didi Gregorius. A few high clouds coming by, taking care of some of that glare, at least for the moment. Gregorius, strong day, 2 singles, runs scored, RBI is 2 for 3. Chaz Rowe will start him out with a strike.
This Yankees lineup stays hot and consistent and get production from the top all the way down through the bottom of this lineup. They are going to be very tough to deal with.
That's going to be a base hit. It had just enough on it and was hit against the D. Lowe will get it in. Gregorius taking down the line where Machado had moved over to short, so he's got a leadoff single in a 3-hit game. The next fireworks night at Oriole Park set for Friday, July 31. The Orioles take on the Tigers, 7:05 game. Stay after, see the great display presented by Kaiser Permanente. Good seats still remain but won't last. Oriole tickets, Orioles.com or 888-848-BIRD. 13 hits in the ball game for the Yankees. Gregorius on 3-hit day. How about the bottom part of this order for the Yankees? Here's Murphy. He's 3 for 3. He hadn't played in 6 games. He's had 3 singles and 2 runs scored. Gregorius is 3 for 4. And Drew is 1 for 3 with a double and an RBI. That's the bottom 3. 1-0 count. Murphy goes to second. Jonathan Scope, J.J. Hardy, and the double play. Well, as promised earlier in the game, we've selected the Data Strong fan photo of the game. Tweet your strongest fan photo to O's Couch Cam. You just might see yourself in an upcoming broadcast. Brought to you by T-Mobile.
There's the catcher the Orioles are looking at.
Right there.
Potential trade right there. Wants to be a champion. That catcher's mask.
2030. He's got the right mask on, the new one, protecting himself.
Yeah.
Pitch taken down low for a ball. Drew with the 1 for 3. 2 down. Bottom half of the 7th inning. 9-1 lead for the Yankees. Off-speed pitch and a good one.
Chaz Rowe has thrown an incredible slider this year. I mean, he throws it hard, unbelievably tight rotation, and it has some late finish that you just don't see in this game. And he is on his breaking ball. A good one there.
Rowe with a 2-ball, 1-strike count. One of the reasons why Buck Showalter has said any more movement on the roster, he does not want it to come out of the pitching department, because he likes what he's got out there, and Rowe's one of those. Here's the 2-1 delivery on the way, and that'll be fouled off. So Drew keeps his at-bat alive. 2-ball, 2-strike count. Jimenez, the pitcher of record for the Orioles. 1-0 against New York this year, 3-4 lifetime. Tanaka's been the only one on the mound for the Yankees. 2-2 pitch and just misses. So a full count, 3-2.
Let's try right there from Chaz Rowe. We've seen this 2-seam fastball, and there's the 4-seam version. I think all hitters expect this ball to move around a little bit.
That ball will go to second base. Scope's got it. He'll make the play and retire the side. No runs. 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on. 7 complete. Yankees on top, 9-1. By running the bases at Oriole Park. It'll be after the O's game against the Tigers at 1:35. So gather up the family and some new Birdland memories. Good seats remain. For tickets, Orioles.com or 888-848-BIRD. Gary Thorne, Mike Wardick with you here at Yankee Stadium, where the Yankees are after a sweep of the Orioles. Round out a homestand in which they've got a shot to go 5-1. And drop the Orioles' current road trip to 2-4. Jonathan Scope will lead it off here in the 8th inning. Scope has popped out, struck out. First ball hitting to Shera. Pitch in and out. Well, what a job by Tanaka. He's pitching a 2-hit, 1-run ball game. He hasn't walked anybody, and he struck out 6.
Yeah, really done a nice job, and unfortunately the Orioles starting to put their head down, not playing with a lot of energy right now. There have been some, obviously, that bad luck still not working in their favor to start this ball game, but still got to keep playing hard. I mean, more often you try to play the game hard and right, the more times things will work out for you. Maybe just a little too early for them to be this disappointed. I mean, still 3 games to go in this road trip, and they can finish strong in Tampa. Right now, Orioles down a little bit.
2-0 count from Tanaka. J.J. Hardy is grounded out twice. Lowe waiting on deck. 2-0 pitch on the way, and Hardy puts it up in the air, left center field. Got a lot of it way back of the wall, and goodbye, home run into the bullpen. So J.J. Hardy Picks up home run number 6, RBI number 26. And the Orioles have their second run of the ballgame.
JJ picking up that 6th home run, and we talked about him here lately, starting to turn on balls, having coverage of the outside corner, getting the bat head out in front, pulling balls down the third base line. And that's what you like to see out of Hardy. A lot of opposite field power, but when he starts pulling the ball, balls get out of the yard. That is a bomb to a huge part of Yankee Stadium.
Only the Orioles' 3rd hit and their 2nd run. Davis the other homer.
Take a look at this swing from JJ. Setting up away, but this fastball goes back to the middle of the plate. And he hammers that ball. Tanaka showing the frustration with the mistake fastball. Many in this game.
And the pitch, a swing and a miss. So Shirley Dennison, our Maryland Lottery contestant, 2 home runs, $500 each for those. David Lowe with the 0 for 2, lined out hard last time up. Right back to the mound as Tanaka just had the glove in the right place at the right time. 0-2 pitch. Fouled off. A couple of pitchers in the bullpen. Brandon Pinder, Chris Capuano. Tanaka's thrown 95 pitches.
JJ 98 miles an hour off the bat. 6th home run.
0-2 delivery on the way by Tanaka. Ball put up in the air. Behind second. Gregorius wants it and will put it away. The shortstop makes the catch.
Some more trouble with that Sky and the Sun. It looked like anybody really wanted a part of that fly ball, but Gregorius taking charge. Helped Tanaka out with that 2nd out.
2 down, nobody on. 8th inning. Orioles out hit 13-3 so far in the ball game. A couple of home runs off Tanaka, 14 on the year against him. And the pitch will be outside. Manny Machado is 0 for 3 in the ball game, 1 for 9 in the series. 295 is average now. Pitch will be taken for a strike. So up to 100 pitches thrown. He's thrown as many as 114. That was a couple of starts ago. One delivery on the way. That ball up in the air and deep to left field. That is way back. Manny Machado. Goodbye, home run. A 2-homer inning for the Orioles, as Machado will get his 21st home run and his 51st RBI.
Well, they've been hitting some long balls here recently. Nice to see the homers getting out of the yard right now. Obviously, a little too late, these long balls. And all 3 home runs the Orioles have hit have been solo shots. Machado, though, 21 long balls on the year, and a couple in this inning. Fatiguing Tanaka. Couple mistakes.
Tanaka's tank on empty. He'll come out of the ball game, but what a performance. 3 runs on 4 hits. The top 6 now in the American League.
Manny in already. The long balls there in this 8th inning here. The two-seam fastball. We talked about the height of his fastball in this ball game. The only balls that have been hit hard have been elevated, and Manny Machado gets the high inside heater, and we have seen him turn on that fastball in. Great job pulling the hands inside. We'll take a look at this pitch arsenal from Tanaka. Once again, the fastball down at 42%. Many off-speed pitches, curveball, slider, split finger change, 7 2/3, very strong innings. And remember, that is brought to you by the Maryland Live Casino inside the numbers. And here's Chris Capuano's pitch arsenal. Fastball, breaking ball, and change. That breaking ball is the slider and curve and a straight change.
Paredes will take the pitch up high, a double and 2 strikeouts for the Oriole DH.
In 13 games this year, started the season on the disabled list, moved to the bullpen, and there since June. Opponents hitting .289 overall.
Paredes waiting on the left-hander, and the delivery will be swung on and missed. So a 9-3 ball game with a couple of runs in here in the 8th inning. For Manny Machado, by the way, that was his first career home run here at Yankee Stadium. J.J. Hardy, his 7th. 2-2 pitch. That one up in the air to left field as well, but Gardner's got a beat on this one. And he'll put it away. So that'll do it. Couple of runs, 2 homers, no errors, nobody left on. Number 6 on the season for the Orioles shortstop J.J. Hardy. And number 21 on the year for Manny Machado. Yankees have a 9-3 lead. #1 app for live baseball, up to the moment, at any moment. In-game highlights, radio broadcasts, StatCast, and more. Get MLB.com at bat for your smartphone or tablet. Gary Thorne and Mike Wardig at the stadium on the phone, but Showalter checking in with the bullpen just in case they have to go any deeper. Zach Britton.
Zach Britton needs to get some work here. Take a look at his pitch arsenal. Fastball 91% of the time. Breaking ball 9%. Both quality pitches, but that fastball, one of the best in the game. Great velocity, great late movement. Led to 20 consecutive saves for Britton. 24 to 25 in the save opportunities. 167 earned run average and 43 punch-outs in his 37 2/3 innings of work. His low opponent batting average of 212. Lefties way down to 114. And oh yeah, he is a ground ball pitcher. One of the best percentages in the game.
Well, we're looking at a possible cycle. Ellsbury up. He has singled, homered, and doubled. He's picked up 4 RBIs in the ball game, and he's got a chance for the Yankees' first cycle of the year with that ever difficult triple. 0-1 count on him, and the pitch will be taken up for a ball. Melky Cabrera was the last Yankee to have a cycle. Came against the Chicago White Sox, August of 2009. 1-1 delivery on the way. That'll be outside. Ellsbury, Gardner, and Rodriguez due up here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Sellout crowd today of 46,875. 46875. A lot of youngsters from camps on hand in their colorful t-shirts. 2-1 delivery and a chopper. That probably won't be a triple. Britton's got it. And the out. Just a guess. I went out on a limb on that, but I felt secure.
Nice play right there by Zach Britton. Of course, Zach Britton in his first All-Star game was tested with a little comebacker and ended up pulling the first baseman off the line. So the next day in the workout in Detroit, he came out, had pitching coach Dave Wallace and bullpen coach Dom Cheedy some ground balls and work on his footwork, making a play at first base. There handles it nicely. Zach Britton's made some great improvements on his defensive game.
And the pitch taken for a strike. Gardner, a walk, a run scored. 0 for 3 officially, but has extended his major league leading on base streak to 24 consecutive ball games. 0-1 delivery on the way. Look out. Got away from Zach, up and over his head. 1-1.
He doesn't throw the breaking ball a lot. This one gets away. Wouldn't be surprised if Wieters calls it again, just so he gets the feel for that pitch.
1 down here in the 8th. And that one the other way. Manny Machado has moved over from the shortstop position. Will make the play. And there are 2 down here in the 8th inning. Rodriguez coming to the plate. He too has drawn a walk, 0 for 3 in the ball game. He too scored. 2-out double, first inning, 3 RBIs Headley, followed up by a Gregorius RBI single. 4 runs, 4 hits in the first. They've spread the RBIs out. Ellsbury's got 3, and then you get down to the bottom of the order. Headley with 3, Gregorius with 1. The RBI picked up by Drew in the ball game. Ellsbury the leader today with 4 RBIs. Rodriguez 0-1 count. 1 hit in the series. He is 1 for 9. And the pitch from Britton will be taken up high. Rodriguez 5 for 10 lifetime off Zach Britton.
Sometimes tough for a team's closer to come in these type of games, but I think Zach Britton was really told before this game even started that he'll probably be getting some work one way or another. Just kind of prepare himself mentally. A lot of times, especially closers or back end of the rotation guys get thrown into a game kind of unexpectedly. Their mindset doesn't get right, and many times you've seen them get hit and it'll lead to that earned run average kind of ballooning. But here, nice concentration by Britton, making some good pitches.
That'll go to second base. Jonathan Scope is up with it. He'll make the play. A-Rod retired, and the Yankees are as well. 1, 2, 3. The Orioles get one more shot at it. We go to the top of the 9th inning. Orioles down by 6. Baseball on Masson is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. Here in New York, the Orioles, 3 outs to work with. Empire State Building. Great shot from the blimp upstairs. Chris Young will come in the ballgame to play in right field. Beltran out. And the Orioles will have Jones, Davis, and Reimold due up. Capuano will stay on to try and finish it off. Tanaka, 3 runs, 4 hits, 7 2/3. Barring a miracle, he'll be the winner and be 7-3. Jimenez will go to 7-6. As the Orioles started with 7 runs on 8 hits and 2 1/3, his ERA went from 3.29 to 3.81 in 1 game. And the pitch will miss to Adam Jones. Adams had an 0 for 3 in the ballgame.
Well, this is definitely not the series that the Orioles were expecting. They're coming off a nice series in Detroit. Like there was some good momentum going. Finally getting some hits with runners in scoring position. They pounded out 34 hits in that Tigers series, but that's kind of quieted again. Here, Yankees with a good game plan against them. Orioles have had some troubles here at Yankee Stadium this year. I think you ride a little wave of momentum. Unable to get it done. A couple 1-run ball games, and this it's got out of hand in the first inning.
15 hits so far in this series for the Orioles in the 3 games. 2 ball, 1 strike count on Adam. Yankees will sweep the Orioles here in New York for the first time since 2010. They'll have their first sweep overall against the Orioles since 2012. 2 ball, 1 strike delivery. Capuano gets it in. What a nubber off the handle. Play made by Drew. Jones retired, 1 out.
Capuano, veteran pitcher, knows what to do with the baseball. Great feel for his off-speed pitches there. Pretty good slider to get Adam Jones out in front. But slider change, a couple of his best offerings. Also has that curveball, and then helps the fastball play up. Fastball high 80s, low 90s at times, but knows how to use all of his offerings. A starter now being used in that long relief role.
Chris Davis up, 1 down. Davis with the home run is 21st in the 2nd inning. Manny Machado came right back, tied him up for the Oriole home run lead in the 8th inning with his home run, and of course Hardy had one as well in that 8th. It's the 3rd game this year in which Tanaka's given up 3 home runs in a ball game. Down to first and foul. 1 ball, 1 strike count on Chris Davis. Kirby keeping a lookout with the lefty up there in the first base coach's box or somewhere close to it. Nolan Reimold waiting on deck. One delivery. Capuano's pitch will catch the corner. He gets ahead of Chris Davis with a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Orioles' record on the road is going to drop to 12-30 on the year. That pitch is going to be outside. Toronto's lost 29 road games coming into today's play. The Orioles and Toronto tied for the most losses on the road in the American League. Two balls, 2 strikes. Chris leans away from that one, and a 3 ball, 2 strike count.
Chris been really strong against left-handed pitching this year. Last night, rarely has this been done, but a home run off Andrew Miller, one of the toughest lefties in the game. Stayed on a slider.
3-2 delivery and a call, strike 3. 2 down.
Maybe looking for something else there is Capuano. We talked about the fastball playing up a little. Steady diet of off-speed pitches, 89 miles an hour, but located perfectly on the outside corner. Look at Davis.
Orioles will be waiting here with 2 down as Joe Girardi's going to make the pitching change here with 2 away in the 9th inning just to get some work in for the pen.
Occasionally throw a curveball in there as well. Pretty good fastball, though. Mid-90s with the heater. Pretty good slider as well. Up and down this year, though. 4 times this year he's been recalled from Yankees AAA in Scranton. 2.53 earned run average, though, here at the major league level. Only 10 2/3 innings pitched. Primarily used in mop-up or long relief.
Nolan Reimold 2 down and nobody on to face Pinder. He'll foul it away. Pinder last worked on June 22. Yikes. That's because he was just called back up on Saturday. Made his debut against the Orioles back in April. And a scoreless 7th inning in that ball game. 0-1 pitch on the way outside. And a 2-strike count. Well, the Orioles are going to fall 7 behind the Yankees with both Toronto and Tampa Bay in front of them, pending the outcome of Toronto's play. 0-2 pitch on the way by Pinder's inside. The Orioles were trying to get back to 500. The Orioles have been at 500 13 times this year. They're going to fall 2 below, though, with the loss here today. One and 2. Pinder. And that's the ball game. Orioles retired in order. 9-13-1 for the Yankees. 3-4-0 for the Orioles. Tanaka wins it. He is 7-3. Rivaldo Jimenez will take the loss. He is 7-6. And the Yankees sweep the Orioles in New York, taking all 3 of them.